How did Umar bin Abdul Aziz stop this? And this is the proof of my argument that the Ahlul Bayt and Mawla Ali was not even regarded as a Muslim. Umar bin Abdul Aziz, he wanted to stop this campaign of cursing. And he had this at the very, very beginning, because he was only in power for 2.5 years. And he wanted to stop this campaign of cursing, which was started by his forefathers. How did he do this? The way he did this, he got the ulama together. He asked them all to attend his court, and he said to them that I want to marry my daughter to a kafir. I want to marry, Umar bin Abdul Aziz says, I want to marry my daughter to a kafir. And what do you all ulama say on this? They said, La hawla wa la quwwata. This is haram. This is haram. Shariah does not allow this. The Quran does not allow this. Rasulullah does not allow this. You can't do this. This is against Islam. Umar bin Abdul Aziz says, if this is against Islam, tell me, why did Rasulullah marry his daughter to a kafir, meaning Mawla Ali, billah, if this was haram? Why did Rasulullah marry Fatima Zahra to Mawla Ali, if you say that Mawla Ali is kafir? How can you prove this? How can you justify that Rasul did this if Mawla Ali was kafir? They all accepted that no, Mawla Ali is not a kafir. And from that date onwards, they changed this custom, which was over two generations that this campaign of cursing and regarding them as non-Muslims had continued. So the state policy continued. And then the permissibility of killing these people of the Ahlul Bayt, because Umar bin Abdul Aziz came after the events of Karbala. He came after Karbala. Karbala happened in number 61 Hijri, and this happened in 99 Hijri. So this came after Karbala. But during this period, the period of the Bani Umayyah, these very people who were the enemies of Islam, they are now the rulers of Islam. Isn't this a tragedy? Abu Sufyan, and the son of Abu Sufyan, is now, according to our brothers, Amir al-Mu'mineen. And even today, if you read on the internet, some Sunni brothers, they call him Amir al-Mu'mineen. They call him Amir al-Mu'mineen. And this is a tragedy which has befallen Islam, and yet we are bound by what tradition has given us. Where is this freedom of thought? This freedom of thought is only in secular matters. But when it comes to religion, when it comes to checking what the books say, then we are bound by traditions. We are bound by what our forefathers have said. And wasn't this very concept which Rasulullah came to annihilate? The belief of what your forefathers have given you? So Mawla Ali, by the Bani Umayyas, was regarded as a non-Muslim. Did you know that Imam Hussein was also labeled this very title as well? Imam Hussein alayhi salam was labeled this very title of a non-Muslim. I don't even want to say the word. Non-Muslim. And did you know that the ulama of that time had given fatwas saying that the killing of Imam Hussein is permissible, is halal. Ulama had signed petitions saying that Imam Hussein's killing is permissible. And they had this in front of them. that killing Imam Hussein is permissible because he revolted against the government. He stood up and rose against he who is Amir al-Mu'mineen. La'natullah. May the curse be upon him. And even today, you have people who are praising the praises of Yazid. You have Dr. Nalek, Dr. and Sharar, and Dr. Sharar. So you have these people who are praising these people. Haven't they read history? No. They are bound by this very concept of making Muslims into kafir. If they can make Mawla Ali billah kafir, if they can make the killing of Imam Hussein permissible, the same muftis of past years in the times of the Imams, if they could have written this about Mawla Ali and Imam Hussein, my brothers, don't fear if people call you kafir. They've done it to our Imams. Don't worry if the muftis of Saudi Azam, they say that the Shias are kafir. The killing of Shias is permissible. This isn't the first time they have done this. They have been doing this to our Imams. They have been doing this to our Imams. They have been killing our Imams on this very pretext that they were non-Muslims. And their pens haven't stopped even today. Their pens are still writing that the Shias are kafir. From the Shias being Ya Ali anta wa shi'atuka humul faizun. In the time of Rasulullah is saying, Ya Ali, you and your Shias are the successful ones. Ya Ali, you and your Shias are the successful ones. And then there's a time when Shiaism becomes an underground movement. And that is the history of Shiaism. We had to live as an underground movement. In the times of Bani Umayyah, even having a slave in the house who would get to know that you are Shia was a danger. Calling yourself Ali, Hassan and Hussein was a danger. This was the type of suppression and torture meted out to anybody who claimed to be a Shia. From the time of Rasulullah up until time of the Bani Umayyah. And even after. Showing yourself as a Shia was a crime. The official policy was that to be a Shia was a crime. They didn't call us Shia. They called us Rafizis. The rejectors. Rafizis. What did we reject? We didn't kill any companion. I don't know of any Shia who's killed a companion. But I do know companions who killed companions. I do know companions who were the foremost in killing Imam Hussein.